Donald Trump has been indicted on charges of mishandling classified documents at his Florida estate. The Justice Department released the indictment earlier today. It includes 37 criminal counts, including a violation of the Espionage Act. The indictment arises from a months-long investigation into whether Trump broke the law by holding on to hundreds of documents marked classified at Mar-a-Lago, his Palm Beach property. Trump said he was told to appear in court Tuesday in Miami. We're joined now by Marjorie Hershey, a professor emeritus in political science at Indiana University, who has written extensively on American politics. Welcome back to the show, Marjorie.
Thank you, Joe.
So a federal indictment would be another first for the former president. Have we ever seen anything like this before?
Nope. In brief, former President Nixon probably could have been indicted on federal charges for campaign finance violations involved in the Watergate scandal. But the man he had appointed to succeed him, Vice President Gerald Ford, when Ford became president, gave Mr. Nixon a blanket pardon, so that prevented that from happening. I'm sure that many of Mr. Trump's fans will claim that lots of former presidents have committed federal crimes, but we certainly haven't had in living memory any who were as completely disinterested in whether he was breaking federal law as Mr. Trump has been.
You know, Republicans are rallying around Trump, claiming the investigation indictments are political hit jobs. So how dangerous is it to the political system just have one party attacking the notion that no one is above the rule of law?
Well, it's essential to the maintenance of a democracy that we are ruled by laws rather than by individuals' personal preferences. That was why the American colonies broke away from Britain in the first place, and that they felt they were having actions taken against them that were not legal, that they were taxed because the king and parliament needed more money rather than because the law allowed it. The rule of law is absolutely fundamental to maintaining a democratic system. And of course, democracies don't maintain themselves. They have to be maintained by the leaders and citizens agreeing to live by the rules. And if they don't, having to live with the punishments that the law provides for breaking the rules. So the hit job, it seems clear to me, is the one done by the people who broke the laws. The key here is the charge that Mr. Trump purposefully broke the laws by concealing these documents. It's always possible that someone could accidentally have documents travel in a folder with them after they leave office, although that's a lot harder to argue when there are hundreds of documents involved. But the effort to keep the federal authorities, the FBI in this case, from getting the documents suggests that this wasn't accidental.
So Trump already has one trial scheduled for March. So if this goes to trial, it would likely also fall in the middle of the campaign season. Do you think all the legal troubles will hurt his campaign?
I frankly don't think that's very likely. I don't think there are many Americans at this point who don't have an opinion about Donald Trump. I think people have decided how they feel about Trump as president quite a long time ago. And the loyalty to Donald Trump on the part of his supporters really has become almost cult-like. There doesn't seem to be anything, as he has said himself so many times, that he could do to lose that loyalty. Besides, I doubt very much that the trial will take place in a year. There are lots of opportunities for delay. Mr. Trump has spent a good chunk of his life in being represented in courtrooms, and many of his tactics involve delaying cases as long as possible. So it could be years before this case is ever heard.
All right, Marjorie, we'll wait and see. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
You're most welcome.